If you're looking for small town charm, we're ready to welcome you to Boulder City, home of the Hoover Dam. Now, you can explore antique stores, unique boutiques, and quaint dining in historic downtown. Or nurture your adventurous side with outdoor activities like kayaking and biking. Whether it's your first time or your 20th time, we're excited to have you. See everything you can do at visitbouldercity.com. If you're looking for small town charm, we're ready to welcome you to Boulder City, home of the Hoover Dam. Now, you can explore antique stores, unique boutiques, and quaint dining in historic downtown. Or nurture your adventurous side with outdoor activities like kayaking and biking. Whether it's your first time or your 20th time, we're excited to have you. See everything you can do at visitbouldercity.com.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, at freedomwatchusa.org, at crowdsourcethetruth.com, we will have our fourth session of our citizens' grand juries seeking the indictment of Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and James Biden for crimes dealing with laundering money from communist China, Ukraine, and Russia into the coffers of the Biden family, with a 10% kickback cut for Joe Biden. Joe Biden is bought and paid for by the butchers of Beijing, butchers who killed about 10,000 of their own people in 1991 at Tiananmen Square, when these people, mostly students, were just walking through the streets of Beijing with a mock-up of the Statue of Liberty. Vicious killers. The Chinese people are good people, but their leadership in China, in communist China, is evil, even more evil than the Soviets used to be. This is a bad situation. It must be dealt with. We're going to deal with the Bidens. We're going to get his indictment. We're going to try him. We're going to fry him legally before a jury, and we're going to sentence him and seek to mete out those sentences peacefully and legally. But he's not the only one. What he did on a grander scale, perhaps the biggest crimes ever committed by an alleged president of the United States. I say alleged because I still don't believe that he was elected outside of the fraudulent conduct that occurred. But the amount of money that was being laundered through Hunter Biden, from all reports and all information that we have, was huge. It was in the hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions. 10% of that to the big guy. 10%. Joe. That must be Joe Biden calling. He knows he's in trouble. He's begging for mercy. Some stupid spam call. You know, this is what there is today on the cell phones. Everybody's out there harassing everybody else. But I'll tell you, we're not harassing Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, or his son. In fact, his son, Hunter Biden, is so cocky that he's out there selling books for millions of dollars on top of everything else that he's laundered from communist China, Ukraine, and Russia. And why is he doing that? Because he knows he's untouchable. The left, Biden and Harris, now control the Justice Department, so nothing's going to happen to them. Now, we're not going to just focus on the Bidens, because Mitch McConnell, the minority leader of the Senate of the Republican Party, so-called Republican Party, the dead Republican Party, he had money laundered into his accounts too, with his wife, Elaine Chao, from also the butchers of Beijing. So he's next up on the list to be indicted, and we'll present some evidence tomorrow at our grand jury on that too. Watch it at freedomwatchusa.org and crowdsourcethetruth.com in real time. And why is this important as well? Because, you know, we now, the American people, are being coerced, lied to, and dealt with in a dishonest way, trying to get us to take so-called COVID-19 vaccines, which really aren't vaccines at all. We now know that we didn't have all the facts before we were pushed into doing that. Now, I didn't take it, and I'm not taking it. But other people did, and they relied on the government telling them that it's safe, our so-called government. Well, it turns out that they're not safe. The Pfizer vaccine is not effective, apparently, according to a study in Israel, with regard to some of the variants, the UK variant and the South African variant. That's what I've read. And of course, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine now, there are reports that it gives rise to blood clots in young women. Now, whether or not this is a statistical anomaly, the fact that there are some conservatives out there, including President Trump, he's not doing the right thing, saying, go ahead and take it. You know, what do these people know? You don't play politics with people's health and people's lives. And that's not the right thing to do. Because the fact is, these vaccines have never been approved by the FDA with a new drug application. They're provisional. They're, in fact, experiments on the American people. And you don't know what's going to happen years later if you're young and this thing, you know, takes off in some way that was not envisioned. On top of that, they're saying that the vaccines, Pfizer had to come clean with this, will last only about 6 months. And of course, Pfizer and the others are saying it lasts 6 months. It's probably a lot less. They have a tremendous profit motive. They've made trillions of dollars so far, and stand to make much more into the future. Lesson to the story is you can't believe what you hear. You have to make your own decisions, but don't take the word of politicians and corporations that are making money hand over fist, and the politicians, of course, using it for their political purposes. It's your health. It's your family. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not taking it. Now, my client, Judy Mikovits and Ken Heckenlively, has said that from the start. But now it seems that that's gathering speed. And of course, she was shunned. She was thrown off of social media simply for telling the truth. And even Governor DeSantis in Florida had some experts that talked about, you know, the way you should handle yourself with regard to masks and everything else with children. They were removed from YouTube as well. This is what we're dealing with. It's a total full court press. It's a total takeover by the left to squelch free speech, to play political games, and some conservatives are playing those games as well. And of course, Biden's Gestapo at the FBI continues to round people up. And then we have the violence in Minnesota with the vile Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, who has terrorist ties, Muslim terrorist ties, saying we shouldn't have police, we shouldn't have law enforcement. Well, we've started a group, America's Sheriff. Go to americassheriff.org and see what Sheriff Joe Arpaio and I are doing. The police need support, and support americassheriff.org. That's my message for today. Watch our citizens' grand juries tomorrow. If you want to participate, contact me at leclayman@gmail.com. If you're neutral and can call it as it is, you can be on our citizens' grand jury and other ones going forward, because this is a weekly event, and we're going to be indicting all the criminals in Washington, trying them, frying them, sentencing them, and seeking to meet those sentences out peacefully and legally, and we have the right to do so. I write about that in my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry, which you can get at all major booksellers, barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, and with a contribution of $50 or more at freedomwatchusa.org. Stay safe. Be your own person. Don't take the Kool-Aid of politicians and big corporations that, for their own reasons, deceive the American people. That's my message for today. And let's hold the criminals accountable. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me. And remember that the Father and his Son will protect those who get up off the couch, turn off Sean Hannity, Fox News, and get to work. Thank you for listening to me.
If you're looking for small town charm, we're ready to welcome you to Boulder City, home of the Hoover Dam. Now, you can explore antique stores, unique boutiques, and quaint dining in historic downtown. Or nurture your adventurous side with outdoor activities like kayaking and biking. Whether it's your first time or your 20th time, we're excited to have you. See everything you can do at visitbouldercity.com.
At T. Rowe Price, we've guided investors through change for over 80 years. Our team of financial consultants is dedicated to helping you reach your goals with insights and personal guidance.
I am here because I want to make things happen for our clients.
We're on the same team. Investors have retirement or investment goals in mind, and our goal is to help them get there.
So as you navigate life and market changes, we're here to help you make informed decisions for the future. Learn more about achieving the retirement you've always wanted by clicking the ad. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.